need if I move to the city Asheville. Okay, so what would be the test steps here? The test steps would be something like this. Okay, assume that this is a template that I'll be using for writing a test case. Okay, let's say the first step would be, what would be the first step that I need to do? First of all, I need to launch the browser. Okay, so the expected result should be browser should be launched. Okay, so the actual result is when you perform this test case or when you execute this test case, what is the actual result that you see? Okay, so what would be the test data for this? You would need to tell what browser you need to open. So you might be having a Chrome, IE, Firefox. So the test data would be, let's say I want to open this thing on the Chrome browser. Okay, let's say the second step would be to open the application URL. Okay, so the application URL is something, this is the application URL. So I'll be providing the application URL in the test data section. Okay, so what is the expected behavior when you launch the browser and when you open the application URL? So the application should be opened successfully. Okay, so this should be my expected behavior. So what would be the third step? Once you open the application, you need to select a city. Okay, you need to select the from city as Columbus. Select the from city. Select the from city from the drop down. Okay, select the from city from the drop down. Okay, so what would be the test data? What is the from city that we want to select here? The from city that I want to select here would be Columbus. Okay, so the fourth test step would be, I need to select here the to the city that I need to travel to. Okay, so the to select whatever city that we select here should be selected. So the to city that I need to select over here is, okay, so after I select the from city and to city, I need to provide the current income that I am earning here in Columbus. So the fifth test step would be provide current income. Okay, provide the current income in dollars. Okay, So whatever income that we provide over here should be updated in the form. So let's say what is the test data, what is the income that I want to provide over here. So let's say the income that I want to provide is 75 US dollars, 75,000 US dollars. Okay, so and the sixth step that I need to do here is, after providing the income, I need to click on refresh listing. So the test step would be click on refresh. Okay, so we don't have any thing that we need to provide here in the test data. And the final step over here would be, after clicking on the refresh listing, I need to capture the equivalent income. Okay, okay, so we don't provide any test data because we need to validate the output here. This is going to be the output of the test case. Okay, so this is how our manual test case will look like. A test case is nothing but a group of steps that will instruct the user how to perform a given action. Okay, treating this cost living calculator as an application over here. Okay, we are trying to calculate the equivalent income. Does anyone has any questions regarding this? Is everyone clear? So what exactly is a test case? Okay, so now this is my test case. So I can execute this test case manually, right? I can simply go ahead and select the from city, and I can select the to city. I can provide the current income, and I can calculate the equivalent income. Okay, so why do I need a automation tool for this? So for example, if I want to perform the same operation on hundreds of cities from the from city list, and if I want to select any other city from the list in the to city, so the number of test cases in this case would be almost equivalent to 150 or 200 plus, right? So for a person to execute this 200 test cases, it would at least take at least a week or more. Okay, and moreover, it's going to be the same process. So there is nothing going to be different from what we have done just now. It's just that we'll select a different city, and here we'll select a different city, and we'll simply calculate the equivalent income over here. Okay, so if you want to do such kind of repetitive task, or if you want to reduce the man hours, and if you want this thing to be automated, okay, if you want to automate the process of a test case execution, we generally go for an automation tool. Okay, when there are several automation tools available in the market, okay, I'll be discussing the two most popular tools available in the market based on the share that they have. So one is QTP and the other one is Selenium. Okay, so when we have two most popular tools, why did we select QTP as a tool, and why are we learning it? Okay, so to understand, first let me tell you the advantages and disadvantages of Selenium first, so that we can start with QTP. Okay, so Selenium, first of all, is a free tool, is an open source. Okay, you need not pay anything for using this tool. It's a free tool and it's an open source. Okay, is someone operating the thing over here? Why did someone mute me? Okay. Okay. Selenium is first of all a free and an open source tool. Okay. So when Selenium is free and open, why are we discussing about QTP tool? Is QTP free? No. It's a licensed product. QTP is a licensed product and you need to pay for using this tool. So what is the advantage of using QTP, or why QTP is popular when Selenium is open source and free? So the major disadvantage of Selenium, okay, the major disadvantage of Selenium from a QA perspective is Selenium is more popular with Java as a programming language. So the scripting language that you need to use if you want to learn Selenium is Java. Is going to be your scripting language. Since you have the concept of object-oriented programming in Java, so you need to have some good programming knowledge to understand Java and to write scripting in Selenium. Okay, and moreover, Selenium is a tool that changes so frequently. If you see the history of Selenium, it first started with IDE, and over a couple of years it started with RC, a remote control. Okay, so once the remote control is popular and once everyone started learning this tool, in couple of years they have released an updated version called as WebDriver. So whoever learned RC, WebDriver is completely different for them, because the entire architecture of Selenium is different in WebDriver. Okay, so whoever learned Selenium, they were not having any plus. Again, it has to be from scratch if they want to learn WebDriver. Okay, and more, we can speak so many disadvantages of Selenium, but let's focus on what are the advantages of QTP. QTP uses VB script. Okay, VB script as a scripting language. VB script is very easy to write and very easy to learn when compared to Java or any other programming language. Okay, and moreover, QTP has been here for some good amount of time in market. So it has a good market share. QTP has a good market share in the market. Okay, and moreover, the architecture of QTP hasn't changed over the past years. It is almost a constant, and they have been upgrading some new features, but the architecture of QTP, okay, is primarily the same thing from the day it is introduced. Okay, so nowadays it's becoming a mandatory rule, guys. For all the QA guys, it's becoming a mandatory tool. Either they need to have a strong knowledge of one of these tools, either Selenium or QTP. Okay, so we'll start with, since we have chosen QTP to learn, let's start with QTP. Okay, so first of all, as I mentioned here in the document, so the version of QTP that I'll be using in this training is UFT 11.5. Okay, so why are we going for UFT 11.5? I guess most of you people are still using QTP 10. Okay, let me tell you a quick reason. If you go and find the HP QTP end of support dates, sorry, QTP end of support dates. What is this end of support dates is? Let me quickly provide you that. So look at here. So end of support date for QTP 10. So what is this? So the HP guys are informing you that the support that we'll be providing for QTP 10 is till the August 31st, 2013. So let me start here in a new page. Okay. So first of all, we need to identify what version of the tool that we need to use. Okay. So people might be thinking, okay, can I start with QTP 10 or do I need to go for QTP 11 or 11.5? If you refer to the HP side, they clearly specified that. So the end of support date for QTP 10, if you are using QTP 10, the end of support date is August 31st, 2013. What does this mean? What is this end of support? It means after August 31st, 2013, they are not officially supporting QTP 10 anymore. Even if you encounter a problem, or even if you encounter some problem here in this tool, they are not going to be responsible for fixing this problem. Is that clear? So August is just a couple of months from here. So why should we discuss and why should we use a tool that's no longer used? Okay. I see someone having a question. So what happens to the companies who already have QTP 11 or 11.5? Okay, generally what happens is any company or any person who purchased a license, QTP will provide you an upgrade. With the same license that you have, QTP will simply provide you an upgrade. Earlier I was using QTP 11. When QTP 11.5 was released, they asked us to upgrade using the same license we already have for QTP 11. Okay. So it should not be a problem. Why I choose QTP 11.5 is, so there is a lot of change in UI. Although there might not be a huge change in the architecture of QTP tool, but there is a lot of change in the UI, especially how the tool, it's completely different. The UI of the tool is completely different. If you have used QTP in 9, 10 and 11 version, 11.5 is going to be completely new for you. Okay, so for the people who doesn't have the QTP 11.5, what I would suggest you to do is get a trial version for 30 days. Okay, I'll be showing you how to install a product and how to upgrade your patches. Okay, so now this should be clear. Now why did we choose QTP 11.5 when every one of us has QTP 10? Okay, so now we know that the end of support date, okay, is something very close. So we want to learn on some tool that is more popular in the market by the time we go to the market. Even if you learn the tool on QTP 10, guys, by the time you go to the market, if no one is using this tool, it really doesn't fetch you much. Okay, so the most recent version in QTP is UFT 11.5. Okay, and the end of support date for UFT 11.5 was something in, I think it's in Jan 31st, 2017. So for the next 4 years, so UFT 11.5 is the tool that is going to be supported by QTP or HP. Okay, so that's the reason why I choose 11.5 as the version of the tool that we'll be using for this training. Okay, so how can I download the tool? So where will I download the tool? I'll simply provide you the download URL. hp.com/go/UFT. Okay, so this will be your download URL. Let me show you that. Okay, if you go to the URL, okay, in this URL under trials and demos, okay, if you click on the down arrow under the trials and demos, you see an option. Look at the first option that you see here, HP Unified Functional Testing 11.5 English Software E-Media Evaluation. Simply click on the first option. Okay, it will bring you up a form that you need to fill, that you need to tell something about yourself. Also provide some number. Okay, so over here you simply provide some details. Okay, select the purpose why you are using the software as evaluation. Okay, enter something here. Okay. So once you provide the details about yourself, you need to accept the terms and condition. Okay. Once you accept the terms and condition, you'll see an option to download the product. Look at the first option, UFT 11.5 English, and the file size is 1754 MB. It's almost 1.8 gigabytes in size. Okay. So just click on this download link. Your download should start. If you click on the download link, your download will start. But I already downloaded this tool. Okay. So I'll just use the tool that I just downloaded. Is that clear, everyone? How to download the tool? You just navigate to this URL. In this URL, under the trails and demos, select the UFT 11.5 and simply fill out the form, accept the terms and conditions, and download the product. Okay. Once I downloaded the product, it will look something like this. Okay. It's going to be something like this. It's going to be in the zip format. It's in the compressed zip type. Okay. So I'm going to unzip it. So okay, after 30 days, how to use the 11.5 is the question. So after 30 days, officially QTP doesn't allow you to use the product. Okay. So either you need to uninstall it and reinstall it one more time. Okay. Or you need to purchase the license. Okay. I see this is a better alternative option. Can we install the QTP on a virtual machine? Yes. What you can do is you can install the QTP on a virtual machine. At the end of 30 days, maybe you can create a new instance in the virtual machine and again reinstall it. Okay. Can I reinstall QTP on the same machine after 30 days? Yes. If you cleanly uninstall QTP, you can reinstall it on the same machine. I will just show you, Nikhil. Okay. While we are waiting for the tool to be extracted, I'll be discussing about what are the operating systems on the browsers that the 11.5 will support. I'll be discussing it. Okay. Shamim, I'll be showing you right now. It's going to take another 10 more seconds. Okay. So now the QTP is extracted from the compressed zip folder. Okay. So this is what I see. After I unzip the folder, compressed zip folder, this is what I see. So I can see the setup here, setup.exe here. Okay. So before we start with the setup, I need to discuss few basic things. Okay. I'll be answering your questions, guys. Give me a minute. Murshida, does the trial version of QTP 11.5 has all the features like a licensed one? Yes. Till the 30 days that you are on the trial version, QTP will provide you all the features of a licensed product. Okay. So now that we downloaded the product, what are the prerequisites or the pre-installation steps? Okay, before installing the product, what are the pre-installation steps, guys? So can everyone go ahead and install the product, or do we need to adhere to some prerequisites? Okay, So if so the whichever user that you are using, whichever Windows user that you are using for installing the product has to have the admin privileges, administrator privileges. Okay. So the user should be having the administrator privileges. So why do we need an administrator privileges is, since you are trying to install a product on your file system or on your computer, you need to access the files on the registry. Okay. In order to do that, you need to be an administrator. So whatever user account that you are using in your Windows has to have the administrator privileges. Okay. So once this is done and once you have the administrator privileges, you need to do a couple of things. It's not a mandatory thing, but it's optional and it's more suggested to do these things. Okay. You need to turn off the UAC. You need to turn off the UAC on your computer. What does UAC stands for? User account control. Okay. It's a feature on your Windows. Okay. Which you need to turn off. I'll quickly show you how to turn off this feature. If you go to your Start, Control Panel, okay, Start Control Panel. Here if you click on User Accounts and Family Safety, over here select the user accounts. Click on Change User Account Control Settings. Okay, if you look at the user that I'm using for the current session in Windows, the user has an administrator privileges. He is an administrator for this computer. Okay, so once you are here, click on Change User Account Control Settings. Okay, so you will be challenged with a dialog window which says User Account Control Settings, UAC, User Account Control. Okay, you need to bring down this sliding bar to Never Notify. You need to move the slider to Never Notify and click on OK. By default it will be somewhere here. So you need to drag the slider to the bottom and say Never Notify and click OK. Why are we doing this change? Is whenever you are trying to install a product or a software, Windows might be treating it as a virus or virus program or something else. So you are telling, so just you are going and controlling your user account settings. Okay, is that clear? So I just write down the path: Start, Control Panel. In the Control Panel, you simply go to the user accounts. In the user accounts, click on Change User Account Settings. Change User Account Settings. Okay, over here simply move the slider to Never Notify. Okay, so this is another important thing, or it's an optional thing, but it's more suggested to perform this thing to install the product. Okay, so once you have the administrator privileges and once you turn off the USC, and there is one more thing that is suggested by HP folks. Okay, what they say is you need to even turn off DEP. Okay, what does this DEP stands for? Data Execution Prevention. Okay, why are we doing all these steps? So that we can successfully install QTP on my computer. Okay, so here now I need to turn off this DEP feature. So let's find out how to turn off this. Again, I'll go to my control panel. In the control panel, yes.
I'm sorry, actually we are facing a little bit trouble here. We are lagging around 30 seconds, even more than 30 seconds from your screen and voice. You know, voice is coming right, EA is coming a little bit slow. So I think we need to take care of it first. Otherwise, your presentation will not be effective at all. So what can I do actually? Can you give a 10 minutes break?
So who is this first of all?
This is from New York. Say the same from New York.
Said Hussain, okay. Is it the problem with everyone in the class or only a particular class?
It is actually a class presentation. It is a problem with the class presentation. It's not the actually individual presentation. This is a class presentation. Our class screen is coming late, lagging much behind. So for example, you talked and typed something about DEP, right?
Okay.
We do not see it yet.
Okay, let me do that one more time.
No. What I'm telling actually, we are lagging. So give me a 10 minutes break so that I can restart the machine, restart the system.
I got you. Oh, you are lagging here. Okay, I see that.
Yeah, I am lagging.
Okay, fine. Okay, yeah, I can give you a 10 minutes break. Thank you.
Okay, yeah, thank you.
वो चैट विंडो में कह सकते हो हाँ हैंड रेस है तो यहाँ पे चैट विंडो में लिख सकते हैं I can see your screen or something.
Yeah, वो लिंक देंगे उसके आप फिर
हाँ लिंक की आपको मेरा ईमेल भेज दें जब आप रजिस्टर कर देते हैं ना क्लास के लिए उसके बाद फिर वो इन्हें 2 कमरे बनाने चाहिए बना दिए उन्होंने खोल दिया Are you moving to other class?
Did you have this class before? How was it?
Tough. I didn't practice, so that's why. So now I'm serious.
Why am I hearing everyone's voice? Is the problem fixed, guys?
Mr. Srikanth, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, can you use it? Let us check actually. We restarted the machine. I believe this will be solved.
Okay. So let me type this.
Yes, please.
Can you read this? Data execution prevention.
No. I'm wondering actually what can we do with this is. Yes, data execution prevention, turn off DEP, is it written there?
No. One second. Can you read this is written? Can you see this?
No yet.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. I actually paused the screen. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we see it.
Okay, well, let me type one more time. Can you see this?
Can you read it? Can you see this?
Yeah, we are seeing it.
Okay.
Okay, we are fast. Yes, your selection is finished. I will see the selection also.
Okay, good. Then I'm good to start, right?
Yes, I believe you're good to start.
Okay, thank you. I'm actually muting everyone so that I don't hear the background noise. Okay, guys. So the next prerequisite before the installation is you need to turn off the DEP. Okay. So DEP stands for Data Execution Prevention. So let's see how do you turn off this. So once I go to my Start Control Panel, okay, over here I'll click on System and Security. Under System and Security, I'll click on System. Okay, click on Advanced System Settings. Okay, so under the Advanced tab, under Performance, click on Settings. Okay, so you see a tab under Performance Options called as Data Execution Prevention. Okay, so this thing actually helps you to tell Microsoft that data execution prevention helps protect against the damage from the virus and other security threats. Okay, so make sure that you don't have the QTP program that you added here. Right now, you turn on the DEP for essential window program and services only. Okay. For the rest of the programs, it is turned off. Okay. Turn on DEP for essential window programs and services only. Okay. So that it doesn't monitor QTP and any other program. Okay. Keeping this selection, I'll just click on OK. Okay. So it looks good. Okay. I just write down the things over here. Under start, I went to control panel. From control panel, I went to my system and security. I went to system and security. Under system and security, system, I think it's advanced system settings. Under performance, a tab. Under performance section, I'll click on settings. Okay, I will go to the data execution prevention tab. Okay, making sure that you have these three things ready. Okay, once you have the administrator privileges, and once you turn off the UAC, turn off the DEP. Okay, so we should be good to install the product. Okay, so let me go to the folder where we unzip the QTP 11.5. I'll simply go ahead and click on setup. Okay, so I'll choose the first option, unified functional testing setup. Okay, so before I even install the product, I need some programs. I need the prerequisite programs to be installed. Okay, so QTP is suggesting that I need all these 4 programs to be installed before I start with UFT 11.5. I'll simply click on OK, so that the QTP will start installing each and every prerequisite program. It will be the same thing on any operating system, guys. It will be exactly the same thing on any operating system. So in this training, I'm using Windows 7. Even if you're any computer, it would be almost the same thing. Okay, let's wait for the prerequisite programs to be installed. Okay, so now that it's installed, it started with the UFT 11.5 installer. Okay, simply click on next, agree the terms and conditions, license agreement. Okay, you need not provide anything here, you can just leave it as it is. Okay, so this thing is very important. Under the custom setup, you need to select each and every add-in. How do you select the add-in? By default, you only see these 4 add-ins being installed with the product. For example, if you want to install any other add-in, simply select the drop down, say will be installed. Simply go on, select will be installed on local hard drive. Simply select each and every add-in that you need. Okay, for now I'll be selecting all the add-ins. Okay, I'll be selecting each and every add-in. I don't think so I need these 3 add-ins at the end, but if you need them, you can simply go ahead and select each and every add-in that you need here. Okay, so now that you selected this, I can simply go ahead and click on next. Okay, so this is the folder where the program is going to be installed. Okay, I want to create a desktop shortcut on my desktop. Click next, next. Okay, that's it. So the product will now be installed with the add-ins that you selected. Okay, in order to complete this operation, as I mentioned, you need to be an administrator on your machine. The reason is, whenever the product is being installed on your computer, there are few changes, right, this product will make. It will update your file system and it will even update your registry. Okay, in order for the product to update your registry and file systems, you need to be an administrative user. Whatever I am just showing you guys, you are only going to get a 30 days trial version. Unless you provide the license information, whatever version you are going to install is only going to be for 30 days as a trial version. Okay. As I showed you, Subrata Paul, earlier when we went to the user accounts, earlier when I went to my control panel and went to the user accounts, under the user accounts category, you can see whether the user is an administrator or the regular user. Right now you can see under the username, I can see the option called administrator. So it states that I am the admin on this machine or I have the administrator privileges. If not, you can simply go ahead and change the account type. Okay. Instead of a standard user, you can change it to administrator. Right now I'm already the administrator, so I'm not seeing the option called standard user here. Okay. Can you install this product on Windows 8? Yes. So this will take some time to be for the product to be installed. If you have any questions or if you have any doubts regarding the installation of the product, you can ask me now. Can I just upgrade 11.5 with the current license as provided by PNT? I'm not sure what license is provided by you by PNT. If it is a valid license, yes, you should be able to upgrade. Okay, you cannot install QTP on Mac. It's only supported on Windows. After the end of 30 days, can I extend the time? No, you cannot extend the time. Either you need to reinstall the product or you need to purchase the license. Okay, so now you can see the installation is complete. Okay, now the installation is complete. Click on finish. Okay, so if I go to my start all program, okay, it automatically asks me for some additional installation requirements. Okay, if you can see here, so the third option it's asking in the additional installation requirements is run license installation wizard. If you run this option, it will ask you to provide the license information. Okay, if you don't provide the license information, it will treat your product as a trial product. Look at here, if I run this, okay, now it's asking you the license. I'll tell you what are the different types of licenses and everything. For now, I simply click on cancel here. Click close. So what happened by default? It opened me up the README document, and so the product that I just installed will become the trial product because I was unable to provide the license information. Okay. So if I go back to my start all programs, okay, in the all programs I should be seeing the options HP. One second. All programs. Under HP. Okay, under HP software, you see something called as HP Unified Functional Testing. Click this. HP Unified Functional Testing. Okay. So you can simply launch it from here, or you can launch it from the shortcut. You have it on your desktop. Okay, you have the same shortcut on your desktop as well. So it's asking me whether do you want to tell the firewall not to block this program? Yes. you should be providing access to this program even on the private network or the public networks. Okay, so once we launch the UFT, this is what I see. So these are all the licensed products that are available. Okay, so you need not select each and every add-in that you install. You need to select the add-ins that is only required for your setup. Okay, but if you see here, it shows each and every product is licensed. The reason is I already have a license on this computer. Is that clear? The reason why it shows me as a licensed product each everywhere is I already have the license on this computer. Okay, if I click OK, so this is how the UFT 11.5 will look like. It's completely different than what we have seen earlier in QTP 10 and 11. Okay, but moreover, it's almost the same thing, guys. Whatever you do in QTP 10, everything can be done here, and whatever I can do here, the same thing can be done in QTP 10 as well. Okay, but you don't have all the features that I have in 11.5, and moreover, the navigation and the UI is completely different. Okay, I agree that every one of us has to face the same situation, that we need to learn the new UI. That's the thing that we need to adapt to. Even when the first day I looked at the product, I was not even able to figure out where exactly is the object spy. Okay, but it's the thing that we need to adapt when we install the latest version of any product. Okay, so this is what we see once we launch the product. Okay, before I go further, so most of you people are asking me, so at the end of 30 days, what should I do? Okay, at the end of 30 days, we are going to reinstall the product, right? How do you first of all perform a clean install? Okay, I'll quickly tell you the steps that you need. Perform a clean uninstall. Okay, how do you perform a clean uninstall of your product? The next time if you want to reinstall the product and get again a 30 days free trial version, how do you perform a clean uninstall? Okay, in order for you to perform a clean uninstall, okay, before I discuss this topic, I need to first of all cover the topic about what are the licensing types in QTP. Okay, first of all, let me finish this topic. Later I'll get back to the topic of how to perform a clean uninstall. Licensing types in QTP. Okay, so what are the different types of licenses that are available in QTP? Okay, if you can write down the licenses types that are available in QTP, they majorly are of you can have a trial or a demo license. Okay, you can get a trial or a demo license. Okay, otherwise you can get a suite license. It's also there is one more licensing type called as concurrent license. Okay, okay, and I'll be even discussing you something about commuter license. Okay, it belongs to a concurrent license type, but I'll tell you what exactly is this commuter license as well. Okay, if I need to list down the licensing types, I can tell the licensing types are of 3 types: trial license, demo license, suite, and concurrent license. Okay, first of all, let's start with the trial license. As I told you, whenever QTP asks you to provide the license information, if you don't have a license information, by default your product will be a demo. It will be with your demo license. By default your product will be with your demo license. Okay, and the demo license will last for you for 30 days. Okay, it might change, guys. Sometimes in the past we even got it for 14 days, but generally it's 30 days. Okay, you generally get the demo license for 30 days. At the end of 31st day, you need to use one of these two licenses to make it a full licensed product. Okay, so demo license is something that comes default with the product. If you don't provide the licensing information, your product will become by default as a demo license product. Okay, so what is this seat license? Okay, demo license is fine, that if I don't have a license with me, if this is something like a trial license that I can use the product for 30 days. But what is a seat license? Seat license is also called as standalone license. Okay, seat license is also called as standalone license. Okay, so let's understand what is a seat license. Okay, a seat license is something that is installed for your computer. Okay, a seat license is something that will be generated for your computer based on the locking code information that you provide. Okay, so it looks like seat license is something that, okay, for example, if I'm using this machine, the machine that I'm currently using, looks like the seat license can be generated for the machine that I'm using. But in order for the seat license to be generated, I need to provide the locking code information. Okay, who will generate the seat license? The seat license will be generated by HP. Okay, they will generate you the seat license. Okay, for me to ask them to generate a seat license, they will ask me to provide the locking code information. Okay, so where would I get this locking code information from, and what exactly is a locking code? Okay, if you see what is a locking code, it's simply a code required. Locking code is nothing but a code required by HP folks, okay, to generate. So simply to generate license, to simply generate for the license for your machine. Okay, so whatever license that you get, the seat license is binded to your machine, guys. Okay, the seat license is binded to your machine. Okay, if you have two laptops, you cannot use QTP on the other laptop. The reason is you have generated the seat license based on the locking code for a given machine, so you cannot use the same license on some other machine. Okay, so looks like the locking code is purely machine specific. So first of all, go ahead and find out where exactly can we get the locking code information from. Okay, in order for me to get the locking code information, there are multiple ways. There are many ways that I can get the locking code information. Okay, I'll show you some few basic things that where you can get the locking code information from. Okay, if you go to your Start, All Programs, under HP Software, Quick Test Professional, okay, under Tools, okay, under HP Software, Unified Functional Testing, under Tools, there is an option called as License Validation Utility. If you click on that, on the top you can see something here. This is nothing but your machine locking code. Okay, whatever you see on the top is nothing but your machine locking code. Generally it's of this format. Okay, this is going to be your machine locking code. You need to provide this machine locking code to HP folks to generate the seat license for your machine. Okay, So the good thing about seat license is once the seat license is generated for your machine, you need not be connected to the internet. Okay, for accessing the internet, for accessing the UFT tool, you need not have the internet access, because whatever license that is generated is purely machine specific and it is generated for your machine. So you are not connecting to something internet to grab the license. Is that clear, everyone? Okay, Wakas, go ahead with your question. Wakas. Okay. Subrata Paul, if you use the demo license again and again, why do we need a seat license? As I told you, at the end of 30 days, it's the trial license will end, right? The demo license is going to be end. Okay. So after 31st day, you cannot access the product. So when you work in a company, they won't do this kind of things of uninstalling the QTP or going to some other product and reinstalling the QTP again and again. Okay. Because if you do that, you will be losing so many different settings, you will be losing so much information about QTP once you uninstall the product. Wakas, can you go ahead with your question? Guys, if you have a question, please type the question on the chat window so that whenever I stop, I can see the question and I can answer your question. Okay? MD Kandekar, I'll be answering your question, guys. What are the browsers supported for UFD 11.5? I can't install it on Windows 8. You should be able to install it on Windows 8. 11.5 is supported for Windows 8. Okay? I installed the same thing couple of days ago. It's working fine. Okay? How can we get the license? We need to pay for the license. In order to get the license, you need to pay for it. Okay? That's clear, right? So now we understood the difference between what is a demo license and what is a seat license. Okay? So now what is the other licensing type? Concurrent license. What is this concurrent license? Concurrent license is also called as floating license. As the name itself says, it's a floating license. Okay? So the license is the license information is located on a server. Guys, give me a minute. Okay, sorry. So let's continue with the concurrent license. Okay, let's continue with the concurrent license. Concurrent license is also called as floating license. What does that mean? So the license information is located somewhere on the server. The license information is located on the license server. Okay, you need to connect to the server to fetch the concurrent license. Is that clear? So a concurrent license is also called as a floating license. What it does is, so the license information will be hosted somewhere on the licensing server. In order for you to get the licensing server information, you need to connect to this licensing server. For example, let's say this licensing server is hosted on, let's say on a server with the IP address something 10.22.11.184. Okay, let's say this is the IP address, or this is the address to access your machine where the licensing server is hosted. Okay, in order for you to grab a license, you need to simply provide the IP address of your machine where the licensing server is hosted. Okay, so concurrent license is something floating in nature. Okay, what does that mean? For example, let's say your company purchased, purchased four licenses of type concurrent. Okay, your company purchased four licenses of type concurrent, and they will host these licenses on the license server. Okay, all these four licenses information will be okay. So your company might have purchased four licenses of type concurrent, and this licenses information will be generally hosted on your licensing server. Okay, so what does that mean is, the first four people who connect to the license server will get the license. Okay, so it's something like a first come first service. First come first serve basis. Okay, whoever first comes and grab the license from the licensing server, the license will be provided to that particular person. What happens to the fifth person? So the fifth person will not get a license. So the fifth person will not get a license until one of the four people exit the tool or release the license. Is that clear? So what exactly is a concurrent license? Is a license something that is hosted somewhere on the internet on some license server. So you need to connect to that particular machine to grab the concurrent license. Okay, so it's something like a first come first serve basis. If you have four licenses, so for the first four people who connect to that licensing server will get the license information. Anyone who connects after that has to wait until the four people exit the tool or release the license. Okay, do you always have to stay connected? Yes. Okay, every time when you are launching the tool, okay, it's only when you are launching the tool. Every time when you are launching the tool, if you don't have the license server, or if you are not connected to a network, you cannot grab a license, right? It's something like, if I am not connected to a network, can I open a google.com? No, right? It's the same thing. If I am not connected to an internet, I will not be able to access or grab the license information. So the disadvantage with this license is you need to be on the network. Okay, is that clear? Any questions on concurrent license or floating license? Okay, so now we discussed about what is concurrent license, seat license, and a demo license. I told you that there is one more licensing type that is available, that is called as commuter license. Okay, let's see what exactly is a commuter license. So which license do we have here for UFT? I have no idea, guys. What type of license do you have? You need to check with the people who provided you the license. I'll show you how to find the license information and other things shortly. Okay. So before we discuss any other topic, let me finish off what is a commuter license. Okay. What exactly is a commuter license? Let's say, for example, okay, let's say I have concurrent license. So my company provided me a concurrent license. Okay. I'll be able to access the license whenever I am on the network or whenever I am connected to the network. Okay. Now let's say due to some reasons I need to be out of city. Otherwise, let's say instead of out of city, I'm in the airport or in the plane. Okay. So can I access the UFT tool? Can I access the UFT tool when I'm on the plane? If I have the concurrent license, as I told you, you need to be on the network. So I cannot access the UFT tool whenever I don't have the internet access. So in order to overcome this, the QTP folks has provided something called as commuter license. Okay. What exactly is this commuter license is? This will actually tell, okay, this will actually tell the license server that the concurrent license will be checked out by let's say the person 1 for XY days. Understand this thing, guys? So what is this commuter license is? Commuter license is you are telling the concurrent license server saying that, okay, the concurrent license will be checked out by this person for Y days. How are you going to do it? Okay, let me draw something and show you this. Okay. Assume this is your license server. Okay. Assume that you have 4 licenses, 4 concurrent licenses that are hosted here. Okay. So this is your license 1. Okay. So let me write it down. So this is my license 2, license 3, license 4. Okay. So this is my licensing server. Okay. So generally what happens, for example, let's say this is my computer. So generally what happens is I generally connect to a network in order to access or grab this license information. Okay. You need to be on the network. You need to have the internet access. Okay. So what the commuter license is, if you are not on the network or if you don't have a network connection, let's say I have a computer but I don't have a network access here. What you can do is, whenever you are actually connected to the network, look at here, whenever I am connected to the network, I'll be telling this licensing server that I am going to use this license for a given number of days. Okay. If I say I am going to use this licensing information for 30 days, okay, which means even if I don't have internet for the next 30 days, I'll be able to access this license. Is that clear? Commuter license is, you are simply telling the licensing server that you are going to use the concurrent license for the next 30 days, even when you don't have an internet, which means only 3 people can access these licenses. The 4th license is completely like unavailable. Is that clear, everyone? Okay. How do we actually do this? Okay. There is a small utility program that's available for that. So generally the utility program will take care of this. Okay. Let's see what the utility program is. Once I install the product, I'll just go to the program files. Okay, I just go to the program files where the product is installed. Over here under the bin folder, okay, so there should be a product called wcommute. If you look at here, there is an application called wcommute. If you double click here, this will help you to check out the concurrent license, and this will make your concurrent license as a commuter license. Right now I don't have the concurrent license information with me or the licensing server information with me. I'll not be able to do that, but you can see here, right? You can see in the form checkout and check-in. Enter the number of days until the commuter authorization expires. Here you can just enter 180 days or 60 days, 30 days, whatever you want. But generally it should be maximum is 30 days, I guess. Is that clear? If you say no limit, I think the maximum limit that you can enter or you can access the commuter license is for 30 days. Okay. So what is the utility program that I'll be using? wcommute, which is located in the bin folder of my installation directory. Okay. So this is all about different types of licenses that are available in QTP. Okay. Now saying this licensing types, so where is this licensing information stored? Okay. So now, okay, for example, you said the seat license, you'll provide the locking code and you'll get the seat license, right? So in order for you to look at this, generally the licensing information will be actually stored in the environment variables. Okay. So the license info will be stored in your environment variables. Okay. Where are the environment variables? How can I access the environment variables in Windows? Go to Start, and right click on your computer, go to Properties. From Start, right click on your computer and go to the Properties. Okay. Over here, go to the Advanced System Settings. Okay. You can see an option called Environment Variables. Click here. Okay. So whatever you see here, else service, there is an environment variable under user. Okay. So there is an environment variable under user, else strvrc. Okay. And else server host. So these are the variables that generally host your licensing server information. Okay. This will host your license information. Okay. Let me explain you what does that environment variable holds. Okay. As I told you, the license. One second. Okay, I have the UFT, but it expired now. Sometime if we can go back date, then we can use the demo license, but it's working, but it's not working for UFT. Okay, I don't think so that's supported anymore. I understood your question that if I change my system date back to some other time, so that the QTP doesn't know that the 30 days trial has been reached. Yeah, those things are something which we used to use very long ago. I don't think so it's no more supported. Okay. Okay, so let's understand where exactly is the license information stored and what exactly is that else file. What exactly is this file? Okay, this is a file that generally consists of your licensing information. This file will hold your license information. Okay. Where can I locate this file, or where can I find this file? If you go to your computer, Under your computer, go to the program data in C directory, go to the program data. Under the program data, you see a folder called HP, functional testing, license. Okay, you see a file over here. If you open this file with your notepad, this file will consist of your license information. Right now I cannot open this file because I cannot share the licensing information on a training. Okay, so for example, if I open this file will consist of my licensing server information. Is that clear? So as service is the file that will generally hold your licensing information. Where is it located? It's located in your program data under HP, functional testing, I'm using the Unix backslashes. Okay, under functional testing, there is a folder called license and there is a file called else service. Okay, this file will hold my license information. Okay, it's very important to understand. If for example you grab a license, you need to know where exactly is the licensing information stored on your computer. Okay, this will be very helpful for you. Whenever you are trying to uninstall the product, you need to take a backup of this file. Okay, so let's get back to the point what we were discussing earlier. How to perform a clean uninstall? Okay, before we perform a clean uninstall, what you need to remember few things is, the first important thing before you perform a clean uninstall is you need to have the admin rights. Okay, you need to have the administrator privileges. Even for the installation or the uninstallation, you need to have the administrator privileges. Okay, and as I said, you need to take a backup of the licensing server file. Okay, you need to take a backup of this file. Okay, why do we need to take a backup of this file? Because once you uninstall the product, if you don't know what is the license that you used, you need to again reach out to the HP folks. In order for you to use the same license again, you can simply take a backup of this file. Okay, after this, what we generally do is you need to take any backup of the data that you store. Take backup of any data. It might be your test scripts. Okay, it might be the test scripts that you save under the QTP folder. Simply take a backup of your scripts. Okay, in order for you to perform a clean uninstall, you need to remove or delete all the traces. Okay, what does that mean? When you say you need to delete all the traces left by the product, it means I need to delete all the file system and the registry. Okay, what does that mean? So if I need to perform a clean uninstall, I need to completely delete my file system and registry information containing this product information. Where exactly will this product information be stored? If you go to your registry editor, reg edit, if I go to my registry editor, in my registry editor, okay, in the registry editor I can simply go to the current user software, current user software. Over here in the current user software, you see an option called as Mercury Interactive, Quick Test Professional. Okay, Mercury Interactive. Actually, this is a folder that should be deleted once you uninstall the product. Okay, if it is not deleted, you need to come back again to the registry editor and you need to remove this complete folder. You need to delete it. Okay. Apart from this, you need to delete whatever traces that are left in your computer, whatever traces that are left on your computer. Again, you see a Mercury Interactive again in your local machine. You need to even delete these traces as well. Okay. So this will be your registry changes. What about your file system changes? You need to delete all the program data, program files, and all the assembly information that is being left by this installation. Okay. Is that clear? Before we perform the clean and install, we need to have an administrator privileges, take a backup of your licensing information file, and take a backup of whatever data that you have stored in QTP, and perform a clean and install. Delete all the traces of your product. Let the traces be in the file system or even in the registry. Okay. So is this thing clear, everyone? How to install a product, how to install the QTP product, and why did we choose 11.5 when we have QTP 10 or 11? Okay. So what are the pre-installation steps that are required, and what are the post-installation steps? How do you perform a clean and install? Okay. And moreover, try to understand the licensing types in QTP. If you go to any job, if they ask you, okay, can you grab the concurrent license? You need to first of all understand that, okay, concurrent license is a floating license. If someone asks me to grab a concurrent license, it means they will provide me the information of the licensing server. Okay. So you should have a clear idea of what are the different types of licenses that are available. Okay. Mustafa, can you show me the DEP again? Please check with your friends. Okay. Can you give me the definition of a test case again, or a shortcut? Guys, if you have any questions that you didn't follow, we'll be just taking up these questions at the end of the class. Any questions relevant to the current topic that I'm teaching? So right now I'm teaching the licensing types. If you have any questions related to this, I'll be taking up that questions. Any questions? How do I create a virtual machine? How do I uninstall a product? So those questions has to be done by yourself. How do you take a backup of the file? Simply copy the file into some other location. For example, if I want to take a backup of this file, I'll copy this file to some other location and I'll simply uninstall the product. It means I took a backup of this file. Is that clear? You don't need to use it during the reinstallation. What you need to do is, if you want to get your licensing information, you can simply open the file and you can grab the licensing from there. You can grab the license information from there. Okay. So these are the licensing types. Any questions here? Okay, if you can't see the file, guys, if you cannot see the file, it means your product is not a licensed product. If whatever I'm saying, whatever the file that I said in the program data, HP, functional testing, license, if you don't see this file, it means your product is not a licensed product. Okay. So you only see this file once you have the proper license for your machine. Okay. Maybe yours is a demo license, or maybe not a proper licensing tool. Okay, a quick overview of what is a seat and concurrent license. Seat itself is called as a standalone license. Okay, it is generally generated for your machine based on the locking code information that you provide. How do you get the locking code information from? I just showed you. Go to your programs, all programs, under HP software, UFT. Okay. Under your tools, you see an option called as license validation utility. Okay. If you open that, you can see the licensing code information here. Provide the licensing code information to the HP folks. they will generate you the seat license for the machine that you requested. But whereas coming to the concurrent license is of type floating in nature, which means first come first service basis. So generally the license information is hosted on your licensing server. Whoever accesses the server in the first come first serve basis will be grabbing the license. Okay, you need to be on the network. Commuter license is again a type of concurrent license, but here you have an option to even access the concurrent license when you are not connected to the network. Okay, guys, I'll not be discussing any fraud things like how do you break the things. We are not supposed to do that. Okay, but if you are interested to do that, you can find some information somewhere on the internet. But I generally don't show you the things how to break the things on the training course, because we are not supposed to do that. Okay. Shafin, what license information do you need to? You need to simply take a backup of this file. Whatever file that is there in your program data, HP, functional testing, license, this file generally hosts carry your licensing information. You just need to take a backup of this. What is a backup means? Copy this file to some other location, save it somewhere on your desktop, so that when you uninstall the product, that particular file will not be deleted. Even the file is deleted, you have backup somewhere on your desktop. Is that clear? Shafin. Okay, guys. Those questions need to be more generic, guys. So how do I get a new product for an expired product? Those kind of questions should not be answered on a training program. Okay. If you need to do such kind of things, you need to check with your friends or something else. It should not be explained to you on how to do it on a training class. Okay. Now that the product is installed, the next thing that I need to know is I need to understand few basic things. After the product is installed, what should I do? Okay. If you go to your Start, All Programs, under HP Software, you see something called as Unified Functional Testing Tool. Okay. So the first important thing that we need to understand here is, here you see something called as HP Unified Functional Testing Product Availability Matrix PDF file. Open the PDF file. It will answer all your questions. If you open the product availability matrix that is available or provided by your tool, it will clearly tell you each and everything. For example, if someone asks me if QTP works on Mac, you can refer to here. Under the operating systems, it only supports Windows product, and these are the different types of versions it supports. Okay, as of when this December 2012, we don't have a Windows 8. That is the reason why it's not listed here. Okay, but Windows 8 is officially supported. Okay, if you see the document, when this document is created, it's created on December 2012. Okay, as of that time we don't have a Windows 8 product being launched. Okay, here you can see each and everything, what operating system is supported. Maybe let me make the font size little big. Okay, what version of Windows are supported. Okay, if you want to see what browsers are supported, go to the web add-in. Okay, into the web add-in, if you can maximize the screen, you can see Internet Explorer, IE 7, 8, 9, Firefox 3, 6 to 15, Chrome 12 to 22. Okay, so these are the versions that are supported by your tool. Okay, once again I'm telling you very clearly, this document is created as of December 2012. Okay, so this product or these versions are the latest versions that are available at that given time, are supported by QTP. Okay, is that clear? How do you understand what operating systems or what browsers supported by your tool? simply refer to the product availability matrix. Okay. Any questions here? QTP is called as UFT, guys. From the version 11, QTP is generally called as UFT, Unified Functional Testing Tool. It's just a name given by the HP folks. Okay. Okay. Now that we know that we need to refer to the product availability matrix to find all the information or all the products that are supported by my tool. Okay. So does QTP 11.5 support IE10? Yes. Okay. Okay. First of all, you need to understand that you need to look for the product availability matrix. Okay. So if someone might be asking, does that UFT 11.5 supports IE10? Yes. The answer is yes. Okay. But when you look at your product availability matrix, it only specified that it only supports till IE9. But how can you say that it supports IE10? Because whenever this product is launched, at the given time, there might not be an IE10 version available in the market. Okay. By the time the IE10 is released, okay, what QTP folks will do is they'll create a new patch. Okay. A patch is nothing but a piece of software. Okay. For example, they'll create a new patch and they'll release the patch for supporting IE10. Is that clear? Whenever the time the product is released, it might not be supporting IE10. But later point of time, the HP folks will create a new patch, a small piece of software that you need to install over your UFT in order to support any other advanced things, okay, like IE10 or anything. Is that clear? So what are patches? Why do we need a patch? Maybe at a given point of time when the product is being launched, HP folks might not be providing the support for IE10. But since IE10 came out with Windows 8 now, so they have to support the IE10, right? In order for them to support the IE10, they'll release a new patch and they'll say once you install this patch on UFT, it will support IE10. Okay. How do we install a patch and how do we get a patch? I'll be informing you now. Do you think a lot of companies working with UFT now or not yet? As I told you guys, most of the companies are still working with UFT 11 and 11.5. It's always like whenever we are learning something, we always need to learn the latest things. There is no use in teaching for me in QTP 10. Rahil, when you go to a market, when you see altogether QTP 11.5 at the very first time, it won't give you a good impression, right? When you go to the job for the very first time. So whenever we are learning something, we always try to do it on the latest things. And okay, now this is fine. So now I understood that. Okay, I understood what products are supported by my tool. Okay, what products are supported by my tool. And if I want to get any other support, I can find if there is a patch available or not. Okay. Now the question is, how can I know where the patch is available? Generally, earlier you used to get the patches anywhere on the internet. Earlier the patches used to be available everywhere on the internet. Someone used to download it from HP's site and they used to generally upload it on their site. Now it is very strict that HP folks are not allowing the patches to be available on third-party sites. Okay. In order for you to grab a patch, you need to access the HP site. Okay. In order for us to grab the patches, I need to go to the HP site. support.openview.hp.com. Okay. Over here, I'll simply go to the self-solve patches. Okay, so this would be the URL that I would need to go. Okay, this would be the URL that I need to go in order to grab or find the patches. So the URL is http://support.openview.hp.com/self-solve/patches. Okay, I'll be providing you this document, guys, at the end of the training. Okay, let me save the document on the desktop. Okay, so this is the place where you can go ahead and download the patches from. Okay, so as I told you, in order for you to download the patches, you need to have a single sign-on passport credentials. These credentials will be only provided to you if you have a partnership with HP. Okay, only if you have a partnership with HP, then only they will provide you these credentials. Access denied. One second, guys. I don't know why the access is being denied, but generally you need to refer to this site, support.openview.hp.com. Okay, so in this site, if you want to find the patches, go and click on self-solve. Oh, access is denied. I don't think so. That maybe looks like okay. You can see the software patches here. Looks like I don't have the access now at this point. Okay, but this is generally where you can find the information from. Okay, who would have these credentials? If you join any company, they will provide you the credentials for this site. Okay, if they have a partnership with HP. Okay, is there any other place that I can get the patches information for? Okay, yes, there is another place where we can grab the information about patches. Okay, if you want to download the patches from internet, this is the place where you need to go. Okay, let's say I want to do it from the tool. If I want to do it from the tool, I'm on the QTP tool and I want to download the latest patches. How would I do that? Simply go to the help, click on HP update, go to the help, click on HP update. Okay, this window will be coming up for you. If you click on next, this will search if there is any newly available patch. Is that clear? Can you see that? There are 3 different patches that are newly available for the product that we installed. Okay, so this is the most easiest way. Simply go to your product, help, and click on HP update. Once you select the product, these are nothing but the patches. Click next. It will automatically install for you. Any questions over here? Okay, so can I do the same thing outside the tool? Yes, you can do the same thing even from the outside the tool. If you want to do the same thing from the outside the tool, go to all programs. Okay, HP software, unified functional testing. Under unified functional testing, you see HP update, the same option available here as well. Okay, if you click, it will perform the same operation. Even without going to the tool, you can do the things as well. From tool, it's going to be help, HP update. Okay, if you are outside the tool, it's going to be start all programs, HP software, HP unified functional testing. Okay, any questions here? How do you get the information about patches? So these are the 3 different ways that you can get information about the patches: from the internet, from the tool, and outside the tool. Okay. Why do we need to update the patches is, as I told you, at the time when the product is being released, it might be supporting each and every version that it supports. But after the product is released, if there are any new things that it need to support, generally every company will generally release the patches. Okay, so they'll simply release the patches so that you need to go ahead and install the patches to support the latest things. Okay, I think this is taking some time. It's almost, I guess, in 311 MB. Okay. Okay. So while this is being done, let's discuss more about the patches. Okay. Okay. Now the question is, okay, let's say I installed all the patches. How do I uninstall the patches? Okay. Now let's say I installed all the patches. How do I uninstall any patches provided? Let's say if I install 3 patches, if I want to uninstall them, simply go to your control panel. Okay. Uninstall a program. Okay. Over here under program and features, click on view installed updates. If you click on there, it will tell you what software is being installed for each and every, what patch is being installed for each and every software. Right now we don't have any, I guess right now we don't have any patches available for the product because it's still updating. Okay. Once these 3 patches are installed, you will be able to see under unified functional testing tool, you will be able to see the patches information, something like this. Is that clear? Okay. If you don't like a given patch, let's say when I'm downloading these 3 patches, let's say if I didn't like the 3rd patch, I can simply go ahead and uninstall that given patch. Okay. It's simply available in your program and features. You simply need to click on view installed updates. Okay. Is that clear, everyone? How do you uninstall a patch? Okay, now let's say, okay, I install the patches and I know how to uninstall a patch. If I want to get a list of information, if I want to get the list of information of the patches that are installed, first of all, let me write here, start. I'll go to my control panel here. Over here, I'll go to programs, and from programs, I go to program and features. Over here, I simply need to click view install updates. Okay, so I can simply go ahead and find this patches over here, and I can simply uninstall the things. For example, let's say if I want to see what patches are installed on my machine, how would I get the information from? You can get the information from two multiple places, 2 different places. Okay, I'll show you both the things. If you are inside the tool, where can you get the list of all the patches that are installed? Go to the tool, go to help. Okay, click on about HP unified functional testing. Okay, over here, I think the UI got completely changed. Over here, you can simply click I think you need to click on, 1 second guys. I think let's wait for the patches to be installed, because so once the product is installed and once the patches are installed, you should be able to get the information about the patches that are installed on your product. Okay, for now, if you can see this, look at here, it says the licensing type that I'm using here is concurrent. Okay, it means I'm using a concurrent license here. Okay, so these are the different add-ins that I installed for my product. Okay, if I click on the detailed info, I get all the information that is required, the product name, the version name, and all the installed components. Okay, Okay, I think while we are waiting for this HP update to be, while we are waiting for this HP update to be completed, let me show you one more place where we can find the information about the patches. How can I find where the patches are installed? Okay. One thing, as I have shown you last time, you can simply go to the control panel, uninstall a program, and here under view installed updates, here you can see the patches, guys. For example, if the patches are installed, you can see all the patches that are installed here. Okay. If you want to get the information of the patches that are installed on your machine, you can get it from your program and features. Is that clear? Not only that you can uninstall a patch, but you can even get the information about the patches. For example, if you see for the Microsoft Office, this is the hotfix of the patch that I. Okay. If you want to do the same thing from outside the tool, I will simply go here and I can get all the information about the patches that I installed. Okay. From inside the tool, if I want to do the same thing, if I want to get the same information from inside the tool, it's generally going to be under help, about UFT. Over here, you need to see, I think while this thing is still waiting, I think it's not completely showing, but here under about UFT, you should be seeing this thing under the detailed info. It should be actually reflecting somewhere here in the detailed info section. Okay. Let me update the document. Okay. Any questions guys till now? Any questions of what are the patches and how do you get the latest patches? Okay. Any questions here till now? I hope everything is clear till now. Okay. So let's continue the discussion. Shafil, yeah, as I said, please type your question on the chat window so that I can answer your question. Yeah, go ahead and type your question on the chat window. Do we need to uninstall the patches? Generally, we don't do that. But if you really need to uninstall the patches, yes. Does object spy still working in UFT? Yes. Okay. Okay, guys. I don't think so. You typed your question. You need to be okay. Can I see the upper screen? Need to take a note. Guys, don't waste the time in taking the notes. Pay concentration on the things that I'm teaching you here. I'll be providing you the notes, okay? Thank you. Okay, let's continue the discussion. Like, I didn't still get the question. Okay. Let's continue the discussion. So, while we are still waiting for the patches to be installed and downloaded, okay, let's continue the discussion, what we are seeing. Okay, so this is my UFT window. Okay, so if you see, it's completely different. So this is the object spy. First of all, for me to create an object spy, don't worry what we are doing here. I'm simply trying to see whether the object spy is available or not. What is an object spy and what it does, we'll find it out. So it's here, object spy. Okay, it's changed a little bit, but most of the thing is almost the same. Okay, one thing that we need to understand is, okay, we understood that QTP supports some given browsers. Okay, let's see if it's supporting IE or not. Okay, and the version of IE that I'm using is, what's the version of IE that I'm using? I'll go to help, about Internet Explorer. So the version of IE that I'm using is Internet Explorer 8. Okay, which is a supported version. Okay, if I use the object spy, look at here guys, launch the QTP tool. Okay, click on the object spy here, click on the pointing hand here. Okay, try to spy any object, try to take the pointing hand onto any object on your application. So your application should be identified, your object should be identified. Browser, page, web table, web edit. It means QTP is identifying IE browser, because the version of IE that I'm using is supported by QTP. Okay, let's try to see if the same thing works fine with Chrome and Firefox. Okay, I'll open the Chrome browser. One thing that you need to remember guys, you need to always open the browser after launching QTP. After launching QTP only you need to open up the browser. Now I opened the browser. Let me spy this. Look at here. When I spy the Chrome, it is showing me as a Windows object. Although I know that Chrome is a browser application, I'm still seeing it as a Windows based application, which means QTP is not recognizing my Chrome browser. Very important thing which most of us forget in the real time, we don't check for the version of browser that we are using. For example, here I'm using about Chrome, I'm using the version 27, which is I guess the latest up till date. So I'm using the version 27 with UFT 11.5. So Chrome I was using the version 27 plus. Okay, so what happens? QTP or UFT only supports till Chrome version 22. By default with the product, if you look at your product availability matrix, that's what it says, right? When I looked at my product availability matrix, it said it only supports Chrome from 12 to 22. Okay, so it means the version of Chrome that I need to use on my computer should be less than 22. Okay, is that clear everyone? So what we need to do right now, I need to uninstall the current version. So I need to uninstall the current version of Chrome and download and install version less than 22. Okay, how do we do that? Okay, if I go to any site, I always get the latest version available there, right? But how can I get a version of a product that is less than the current version? Any questions here? Jennifer for the care. Okay, I'll take your question. I updated the IE version to 8, but all my scripts on the IE 6, those are not working in QTP. So what can I? Okay, I got your point. So looks like we have the Chrome version that is not supported by QTP. So what should we do now? We should uninstall the current version. In order for me to uninstall, I'll simply again go to the control panel, uninstall a program. Here I'll uninstall the Chrome. It's Google Chrome. Okay, Google Chrome. I'll simply uninstall the product. Delete the user data, change the browser. Okay, that's fine. Okay, Now we uninstall the product successfully. If I refresh it, okay, so the product is successfully uninstalled. So I don't have any more the Chrome browser on my computer. Okay, now I need to make sure the next time I'm downloading and installing the Chrome browser, I guess it's still doing the HP update. Okay, just leave it that way, that's fine. Okay, the next time that I need to install the Chrome browser, I need to be very sure that it's in the version that is supported by UFT. Okay, how do we actually get the old browser? Is that clear? If now I need to get an old version of a Chrome browser, right? Because the latest version of the Chrome browser is not supported by QTP. So I need to have some version of Chrome that is supported by QTP. So we identified that it should be less than 22. Okay. How do I find the old version of QTP? You can always go to the site called Old Apps. Okay, site called oldapps.com. Okay, or here you can download any previous version of the product. For example, if I'm interested in downloading the Chrome, Google Chrome, under browsers category, I'll click on Google Chrome. Okay, you can see Google Chrome 27 and all the things here. But I am very sure that I need to go to the version of Chrome less than 22 so that it is supported by my QTP. Okay, here I can see something called Google Chrome 21. Okay, let's download this. Okay, so let me download the file. Okay, I'm simply downloading the file and I'm saving it here. So the version of Chrome that I'm using currently is Chrome 21. So let me run the installation. Okay, so looks like the installation is completed. Let's try it now. Let's launch the Chrome once again and let's see if it is identified by QTP or not. Let me open the google.com. Okay, now let's spy using the UFT one more time and see whether it's identifying it as a browser. Is that clear, everyone? So now QTP is identifying the Chrome as a browser. So what did we do here? We downgraded the version of Chrome such that it's supported by QTP. One important thing which all of us forget here is, so once you downgrade it, Chrome will automatically upgrade to the latest version. So what you need to do is, you need to find how to disable the auto update in Chrome. Okay, you need to disable the Google Chrome auto update so that it will not upgrade to the latest version. Okay, I'll simply provide you the URL how to do that. Okay, in order for me to do that, he's asking me simply follow the instructions that are provided for you on the website. Okay. 1 second, guys. Okay, looks like I have some problems with Chrome. Okay. I think some plugin is stopped with Chrome. Okay. Oh, sorry, guys. Guys, can you hear me? I think I mistakenly restarted my computer. Guys, can everyone hear me? Okay, sorry, I accidentally, my computer got restarted. Okay, nice. Okay, guys, just let's continue with the discussion. So I was, yeah, accidentally my computer got restarted. Sorry for that. Okay, so as I told you, once you downgrade the version of Chrome, now you need to remember a few things that again Chrome will auto upgrade the version of Chrome again to the latest version. Okay, what you need to do is immediately once you downgrade, if you go to about Chrome now, it's still 21 now. Okay, what will happen is if you don't downgrade the version of, if you don't stop Chrome from auto updating, it will simply upgrade to the latest version later. So you need to perform some operations given here in this site. It's asking to download something. It's asked me to download some Google Update administrative template. I downloaded that. Okay, so next thing it's asking me in the second step is to open the group policy editor, gpedit.msc. Okay, it's asking me to open the group policy editor. In the group policy editor, the third step it's asking me to do is navigate to the user configuration and under the administrative templates. Okay, he's asking me to add or remove the templates from the menu. Okay, now I need to add that policy template that I just downloaded. Simply click on add. Okay, so I'll simply add that policy template that I just downloaded. Click on close. Okay, now what this will do, I just added the template. The next thing that I need to do is, okay, so under the administrative templates, go to the classic administrative. Here you see a folder called Google Chrome, Google Update. Okay, I think he's asking us to disable it. How do you disable it? Google Update, Applications, Google Chrome. Okay, Update Policy Override. Okay, so right click on Update Policy Override and click Edit. Okay, right click on the Google Update Policy Override, click Edit. Okay, here you say Disable, so that your Google Chrome browser will never be updated again. It will always stay on 21. Is that clear, everyone? So it's not important that you downgrade the version of Chrome. It's also important that you don't allow the Chrome to auto update again to the latest version. Okay, now that we downgraded the version, now this should be good. Let me open the UFT tool once again. Okay. Okay, so I'll just create a new test. Okay, I'll simply create a new test. Don't worry what we are doing here. I'm trying to make sure that all the browsers that I have on my computer are properly identified by QTP or not. Okay, so in order to make sure that the browser is properly identified, I'll make sure that the browser is opened after QTP is launched. Okay, after QTP is launched, Now I'll simply use the object spy utility that is available, and I'll spy my browser. If my browser is properly identified, I should see this browser page hierarchy. Okay, now this is good. Now we have the IE browser and the Chrome browser that is being working with QTP. Now let's check if Firefox is being supported or not. Any questions? Can we do all the web services features in the future? Yeah, you can do everything, guys. Yes. Following add-ons are not compatible with the version of Firefox have been installed. That's fine. So let's go and see. Let me go to some site and see. I'm on google.com. Let's see whether the Firefox is properly identified or not. Okay, the Firefox is not properly identified. I can see the window here now. It's not recognizing it as a browser. So let's go and see the version of Firefox that I'm using. Help about Firefox. So I'm using the Firefox version 22, which is the latest version. So in order for me to make sure, I'll go back again to my product availability matrix. Okay, I'll go back to my product availability matrix and I'll check if what version of Firefox is being supported by UFT 11.5. So the version of Firefox that is being supported is anything less than 19 to 21 is supported, yes. Not 22. I have 22 version of Firefox on my browser, but it says 19 to 21 is the version it supports. From 3.6 to 21, it supports any other version. Okay, what we need to do again? Again, we need to go to the oldapps.com. Okay, go here and download the Firefox browser. Maybe here now I'll simply take maybe I'll take a Firefox 20. I'll simply download the Firefox 20. Okay, so while this is being downloaded, I'll make sure that the Firefox is being first of all uninstalled from my computer. Okay, so I need to uninstall the Firefox version 22. Uninstall this. Okay, now that the Firefox browser is uninstalled, what I can do is I can go ahead and install the Firefox browser that we just downloaded. Okay, so this version of Firefox that we are installing here is 20. Okay, so now this browser should be supported by QTP or UFT. Okay, in order to make sure, I'll simply go to some website. Okay, I'll simply go to a website and again I'll use a utility called object spy. Okay, looks like it's still not supported. Okay, why is it not supported? Let's see. So the version of Firefox that I'm using is 20. Oh, look at here, it's automatically downloading the update. So first of all, let's immediately go to Tools, Options, under Advanced, Update. I want to never check for the updates. First of all, let me see if it stopped updating. By default, what happens is it automatically goes and up 20. Restart to update. Okay. Looks like it's already updated it. It already updated to 22. Yeah, the problem is I think it's automatically updated. 22. Can you see that? The problem is once you download it, immediately go to your tools, options, under the advanced category. You see a tab called update. Simply say never check for updates. If you don't say this immediately, Firefox will be auto updated. Is that clear? Okay. So in this way, we can make sure that each and every browser is supported on our machine or not. Okay. Any questions till now? Okay. I assume most of you people are using QTP 10 on your computer. So I expect you to. So the assignment after lunch would be. The assignment for you after lunch would be to install. To first of all, the first will be clean uninstall of UFT. It's up to you guys. I'm not suggesting everyone to use 11.5. It's up to you. Can I use UFT 11.5 on Windows 8? Yes. So whatever I'm saying here is everything is optional, up to you. Okay, because you're only going to get a 30 days trial license. Okay, install it. After that, okay, download all the patches required. Okay, the next step would be make all the browsers identified. Okay. Okay. So this would be your things you need to do after once you come back from the lunch, guys. Maybe I'm just posting everything on here. Okay, why don't I have access? Anyways, I'll be posting this thing for you. Okay. Can I install the previous version of IE? Yes. So the thing is, IE is little different, Palash. Like for the thing, right now I have IE 8, right? So for you, for example, if you have IE 10 on your computer, what you need to do is go to Control Panel, simply go to the View Installed Updates, simply remove the update here. So for IE 10, you might be having an update somewhere in the Microsoft here. Okay. So you might be having an update for Microsoft here from Microsoft. Simply go ahead and uninstall that particular update. Is that clear, Palash? Okay, simply uninstall the update so that your browser will become your previous version. Okay. So I have the object spy on my machine, but I cannot select it. You can only select the object spy if you create a test case. If you don't have a test case open, okay, if you don't have a test case open, no one can select the object spy. In order for you to select the object spy, you need to create a test case, new test case. Is that clear? Now only you can select the object spy. Can we install 11.5 even we do not uninstall QTP 10? You can do that, but it's not suggested. I have a QTP in the virtual machine. I want to install UFT in the main machine. I don't need to clean computer, right? Yes, that's correct. If you don't have, if you have never installed QTP on the computer, you need not perform the clean uninstall, guys. Okay. Only if you have installed it previously, I would ask you to uninstall it. If you have QTP 10, it's a big difference to learn 11.5 to compare QTP 10. It's already installed QTP 10. It's a big difference to learn 11.5 to compare. Guys, please type something more easy to understand. I guess you're simply typing again and again in your chat window. It's not at all readable as well. Okay. So I guess your question is it not difficult to learn UFT 11.5 for the people who are coming from QTP 10? Of course, it's going to be difficult. But as I said, we need to do anything on the latest version that is available in the market. Okay. Okay, Mr. Srikanth, PN People and Tech installed QTP 10 on a virtual machine that we upgrade to 11.5 without downloading and installing new one like you demonstrated. As I told you guys, it's up to you and optional. I don't want someone to say, okay, I lost my QTP 10 because that you asked me to upgrade. Now I don't have QTP 10 full version. I only got 11.5 trial version. It's up to you. Okay, no mandatory rule. It's optional to upgrade to 11.5. Every IT question has to be directed to the IT team, guys. I'm not the IT folk for your people and tech company. I'm only just a trainer for the people and tech company. Any IT questions has to be directed to the IT folks there. Okay, can I download the VMware, or can I? All these questions has to be directed to the IT folks. Any other questions related to QTP and related to what I have shown you today? That's correct. If people who has used Visual Studio or Eclipse, now UFT is more like a professional tool. Earlier it used to be so simple. Now it's more professional and it has more advanced features. Okay, that's good. Yeah, that's correct, Murshida. Okay, guys. If you have no questions, you can go for lunch. You can go for a lunch break now, and after the lunch break, you come back from a lunch break. Since people are from very basic background of QTP, I don't want to go in advanced for the very first class. So that's the reason why I'm very simple on the first class. But I'll be taking it more advanced in the coming classes. So I'll not be taking anything after lunch. I'll be here only to check for the assignments. You need not even email me the assignment, guys. Don't need to email me the assignments. Okay, don't email me the assignments. Just complete the assignments. If you don't complete the assignment, then please email me. If you have some problems with some assignments, then email me. Okay. In the coming classes, we will be focusing mainly on what is VB scripting, and we'll be discussing each and everything about VB scripting. Okay. So don't worry, if this is the very first time if you are attending the QTP tool training, it's going to be easy, guys. We are going to start from the very basic things. And for the people who are attending from the very long time, I know by this time you should be very comfortable with it. Okay. Do you have the classes on 5th and 6th? Yeah, I need to speak with Hanibai or someone. Yeah, that's a long weekend. I don't know how many of you people will be available for the classes. I know every one of you might be having your own plans. I don't want people to lose the class just for the sake of long weekend. Yeah, I'll just check with Hanibai. I'll make an announcement sometime tomorrow, okay? So again, if QTP is installed on my main machine, if QTP 10 will stay and you work on virtual machine, yeah, that's perfect. Muhammad, you can do that. Malik. Okay? So go for your lunch, guys. Take a screenshot of this assignment. Complete the assignment. The very important thing is making all the browsers identified. Okay? Take a screenshot of this assignment, and after lunch, come back. I won't be teaching any topics, but you need to just complete the assignment and leave for the day. The first 1-2 days classes will be simple so that everyone can feel comfortable in the class. Okay. Once everyone is comfortable, we'll be extending the class for some more time. Okay. Okay. Thanks, guys. Okay. just come back from lunch and just practice with QTP. Okay, thank you. And for the people who are done with the assignments, you can leave for the day and again join tomorrow again at the same time, 10 o'clock Eastern. Thank you.